Yo, YouTube, man. We here on a Sunday, man. We just chilling, man. We was able to get some things done yesterday. I had to work, and then when I got home probably around like 2:45ish, close to 3. Took the kids to the museum, and then we took them out to eat. This restaurant by our house that was pretty good. And stayed up with them for a little bit, played with them. So it was a full Saturday. So Sundays, man, we like to kind of just stay in the area. We watch church at home, so we was able to do that. Got my wife some hot ham and honey, man. She loves that, or honey hot ham and rolls from this bakery on by Miller Parkway. Did that for watch church. Now we just chilling, man. I got some downtime. Packers play at 3. It's 2:21. They play at 3:25, so I got like an hour to just chill. And even when the game's on, I'm gonna still be just relaxing. But I wanted to come down here, man, knock a pod out by myself real quick, man. It's been a minute since I did a solo pod. But I had some stuff on my mind I wanted to talk about. So yeah, and I ain't gonna lie, man. Shout out to the Bears, man. We don't mess with the Bears over here in terms of, I'm a Packer fan, but I will say they look all right this year. Like, Caleb Williams has definitely made strides. I like Swift, they running back. DJ Moore is a beast. They defense, is physical. So yeah, man, they on the up and up. So man, shout out to the Bears, man. I can't even hate, man. I'm a fan of football, so I like seeing good football plays. So yeah, shout out to them. But I had 3 topics I wanted to discuss today, then I'm up out of here. So my first take was, and I'm drinking this Stella, the Stella Black Bottle wine. Phenomenal. I don't think wine is the best, but if you get a good wine, it's so addictive. But yeah, shout out to Stella Rosa, Black Bottle. Please believe me, you will not go wrong if you get something. That was not a paid sponsorship. But yeah, I wanted to talk about 3 topics. So the first topic and take I had that might be a little controversial. I said that Steph and Draymond are a better basketball duo than Kobe Bryant and Shaq. I didn't say they were better players individually than Shaq and Kobe, but in terms of a duo and 2 players working together to win, I definitely think Dray and Steph is a better basketball relationship. First reason I said that is because they both know their roles. Neither of them. Draymond know what his skill set is. He know what he's good at, and he's dedicated to making Steph the best player he can. And on the flip side, Steph know that Dray is the muscle, Dray is the heart. You know what I'm saying? Dray is the engine that gets the team going. So he doesn't try to step on his toes and want to be the vocal leader and all that. Their relationship, is compatible. Opposed to, I feel like when Kobe and Shaq played together, they both were elite in terms of talent and skill, and were both vying to be that top dog on the team. So they constantly bumped heads. Like, in terms of Steph and Dray's dynamic, I really don't see them bump heads too much. I saw one time when Steph was mad that Dray got a tech, but other than that, they fit in terms of just a puzzle piece fit. But and Dray does not get his love just in terms of how he changed the game. Like, everybody says Steph changed the game with his shooting. And yeah, he did change the game, but a catalyst and somebody who helped him do that was Dray. Dray helped turn Steph from the traditional point guard, getting everybody involved and bringing the ball up and having to run the show and dictate for other players on the floor. Dray allowed Steph to be off the ball more, to come off down screens, to come off flares, to come off pin downs, a lot of moving without the ball. Doing the pod, baby. Doing the pod. But yeah, just that it allowed Steph to tap in to what he's best at, and it allowed him to just focus on shooting. That's what made him so great at Davidson. Like Steph's light was greener than whatever green you could think of at Davidson, and his confidence was at a all-time high. So for the Warriors coaching staff to tap into that and insert Draymond into the lineup after David Lee got hurt and realize that this new style of play is the wave, man, you saw Steph game just go from being a really good player to being a superstar. And I feel like if you asked Steph, he would tell you just the impact that Dray had on his team. So much so that, like, Klay Thompson isn't there anymore. If you think about it, after all this, the drama and things Dray has done on the court, I think that organization realizes that Draymond is pivotal to what we do. And if we was to let Draymond walk, basically the identity of our team leaves as well. Like, yes, Steph will still be there, but you wouldn't have a player that you can insert into Draymond's spot and help Steph be the player he is. And I feel like with Shaq and Kobe, like I said, it was always the butting of heads. I'm the big dog, I'm Batman, you Robin. It was always that dynamic with them. And like, yeah, they won 3 championships, but just think if Shaq and Kobe behind closed doors was able to mend that relationship and figure out a good working relationship where both of them could eat and they both carved out roles that complemented each other instead of like, it's my turn. No, it's my turn. No, it's my turn. No, it's my turn. Which ultimately, led to them breaking up. It was some other like off-court issues that was, involved with that. But I feel like had those two figured out a dynamic that worked, who knows how many championships they could get. But yeah, shout out to Draymond Green, man. Like, the way he played the power forward position, like, changed the game to where, like, if you look at the power forwards in today's game, everybody can shoot. Everybody can dribble the ball. Everybody, like, it's a more skilled power forward today than I feel like what was back then in terms of just being a post player. Not saying that that's not a skill, but the game is way faster after the Warriors, implemented their system and kind of changed the landscape of the league. Now, I will say, like, players like Joker and Embiid are kind of like making bigs a priority in the game. Like, I feel like you need a good big man now because of the top players in the league. They big people. But in terms of just playing fast, shooting threes, you got to credit the Warriors to that, that style of play. And another take I had was like, Steph and Dray's relationship is what Dame Dash and Jay-Z's relationship should have been. Like, you seen Dame Dash in the news a lot and over social media a lot, just going at people, and it's just sad to see, because just knowing the height that Dame Dash was at, being the CEO and the founder of Rockefeller, having all those artists, having Rockaware, just all that stuff going on. So what he doing now, not saying he don't got anything going on now, but we know the financial issues he's had, just some of the issues he's had with working with other people in the industry, and it's sad to see. But I mean, he a hustler. He definitely I think he'll figure it out. He got a beautiful, beautiful lady, beautiful kid. And yeah, man, hopefully he figured that out. But I just think, had Dame realized that, okay, Jay-Z the talent, Jay-Z the face, I'll bring a business acumen to this relationship. I'm going to stay in the background. I'm going to do what I do to prop Jay-Z up, give him what he need. But I got to understand our role. Jay-Z don't need me in the front being boisterous, being cocky, being arrogant, taking the spotlight away from what we do. Because at the end of the day, Jay-Z is a rapper. You guys are trying to sell records. I need the rapper in the front. I don't need to be in the front with him. I get, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Dame a vibrant, like, you know what I'm saying, flamboyant, boisterous dude. But at the end of the day, you gotta realize what's important. Keeping the main thing. And in terms of Rockefeller, that's Jay. At the end of the day, we trying to sell records. Jay, Cam, Dipset, Beans, the artists, the music. That's what need to be in the forefront, not me. And I feel like with Dame, just him being in the streets, him just used to being in that spotlight, it was hard for him, you know what I'm saying, to give that up. And ultimately that is what kind of, you know, broke them up. You know, other issues too, you know, stuff I don't want to get into and just speaking on people's business. But just that relationship, I know if I'm a partner with Jay, I'm not getting in his way. I need Jay to be out in the forefront and I need to play my role to make sure this shit keep going forward. Because had those two been able to stay together and Rockefeller still been a label, it'd be the biggest label out right now. And Roc Nation already is huge, but Roc Nation isn't Rockefeller. It's two different things. But those relationships and just knowing like people need each other, like just made me think about life and made me think about the relationships I got. And like, even with this pod, man, I'm solo. I'm doing what I do now on my own, but we had a group situation before, and it made me think like, had that group situation not fell apart, how big we would be. You can't tell me right now that if our original pod wasn't still together, we wouldn't be the biggest pod in Milwaukee. I believe that wholeheartedly. Just the stuff we talked about, the personalities we had, and the momentum we were starting to build in the city, you can't tell me we wasn't gonna be the biggest pod had we not fell apart. And I definitely tried on my part to bring us back together, but sometimes when people want to go their own way, you gotta let them. And I couldn't stop what I was doing. I'm dedicated to the pod, dedicated because I think I'm good and I think I have something to say and a message that I want the city to hear, just in terms of just being positive, you know, touching on sports, just touching on life. I just feel like I have a niche with this pod that, you know, I could go places with. And it's unfortunate that I ain't got the guys with me, man. I'm still cool with two of the guys, but the other two, really, you know, we really don't talk like that anymore. But I still wish the best for them guys. But like at the end of the day, man, like people need each other. Like I've had fallouts with friends and like that hurts. I could be prideful and say like, man, F them and I don't need them. But because, you know, it's pride on both sides, and people just feel as though, you know, a conversation can't be had, and then a split happens. Like, it is what it is. I'm grown. I'm a man. I'm gonna move on, and I'm not gonna stop what I'm doing. But like, people you done been with for years, you don't want that relationship to end and just stop because of a disagreement. Like, you want to be next to that person. You want to still be involved with that person. But, you know, at the end of the day, I'm not gonna beg you to be my friend. Like, I'm not gonna beg for you to be around. Like, that's not me. I'll express to you how I feel about you, and I got love for you, and I don't like the dynamic. But if it's a situation where I gotta constantly keep begging you to be my friend, I'm cool. I'm cool at the end of the day. I have a wife upstairs who loves me. I got kids upstairs who love me and need me. You're not about to see me chase any man at the end of the day. So it is what it is with that. But I just want to say, man, like, as a person, you don't have to go through life alone. And if you got relationships in your life that can be fixed and y'all can fix that camaraderie and still have it, man, try at the end of the day. Because like I said, the fallouts I had with people, I wish that wasn't the dynamic. And if it could be fixed, I would try to fix it. But I did what I did on my end. It takes two to fix that. But if two people are willing to, you know, fix prior issues, to go forward and keep building, man, do it, man. Life too short to be holding on to grudges. And we need each other at the end of the day. Like, I wish that Kobe and Shaq dynamic could have been different. Because who knows, you know, what could have happened in the past. And God bless Kobe, man. God bless the dead. I wish the Jay and Dame situation didn't end how it ended, because who knows what Rockefeller would be. Who knows? Jay-Z already the biggest entity in the, in the rap game, but who knows what Rockefeller, the label, could be. And in terms of my situation with the group pod, man, who knows what the future holds. Maybe we can reconcile with those guys and come back as a group. don't know. I've tried, but who knows? I'm hopeful. Even with past friendships that I've lost, man. I still got hope that maybe we can reconcile those differences one day and get back right. But it is what it is. And then last situation and topic I wanted to talk about is the way they've been dogging my man Stephen A. Smith because he gave a critique to Jasmine Crockett, Congresswoman from Texas. Like, man, like Stephen A. Smith basically said, I'm paraphrasing, he said that as a Congresswoman, you got to understand that Donald Trump is the president. Like, it's nothing you're going to be able to do to change that. Instead of always bashing him and cursing him out, how about you figure out a way to work with this man so you can get stuff done for your constituents in Texas. I feel like that is a fair critique because if you don't know Jasmine Crockett be going in. And like, people can say that's cool, but at the end of the day, like, you not representing yourself. You represent a whole state. And you got to consider those people's needs when you got to speak to power. Now, I don't mean be a bootlicker and kiss butt, but it's words. It's a way to say certain things. It's a certain way to come across. You can not like somebody, but be cordial in a business sense to try to get things done for the people who put you in office. And the bigger thing I was thinking about is like, dang, like, and Jasmine Crockett black. What's the proper way to give critique to a black woman nowadays? Because I feel like you say anything about a black woman, it's a problem. You would sell out, you know what I'm saying? You don't like black women, you know what I'm saying? You an Uncle Tom, all you like is white girls. It's like, no, I have a legit problem. And because I have an issue with a woman of color or a woman that's black, that means I don't like black women or I'm a sellout. Like, we as Americans and as in the black community, like, we gotta grow up at the end of the day. Like, that is a dangerous place to be at if we can't tell black women anything. Now, do I feel like when you have an issue with a black woman, you should be disrespectful and call them out their name? No. Do I feel like your tone should be crazy with them? No, because nothing is gonna get done. I know if somebody was disrespectful to me and came at me with a crazy tone, I wouldn't listen. Even if the issue was real, I still wouldn't listen because you're not about to come at me like that. But if somebody has a legit problem with me, is respectful, is cordial, and voices their problems with me, I'm gonna listen at the end of the day. Because we all not perfect and we all, need critique and we need to be held accountable. That's how we grow. But if we in America, in today's America, get to a point where we can't tell black women anything, that's a problem. That's a problem. Like, it's a problem if we get to a point where nobody can tell nobody anything. Like, if we can't hold each other accountable, what are we doing? If we can't critique each other, what are we doing? None of us are perfect. We all are gonna mess up. There are always things we could do better. Especially Jasmine Crockett being in politics, being a black woman in politics, or there are a few of them in politics. She should be open to criticism, especially from Stephen A. And it was coming from a genuine place, and it wasn't rude. It wasn't, he didn't call her out her name. He just had a critique for her. But what's the proper way to voice your concerns to a black woman? Do I have to, I don't know, butter you up and hit you with 1,000 compliments to say one critique? No, I don't feel like, we grown. Y'all adults just like anybody. And I feel like, I don't know. I'm not a black woman. I would almost need my sister or somebody here to have that conversation. But I just think personally, man, we all got to be open and we all got to be willing to be held accountable. Whether that goes to Jasmine Crockett, me, my wife, anybody. Because at the end of the day, especially in her situation, like, people depend on her. It's people dependent on her the same way with my wife and me. Like, if my wife got something to tell me that could benefit our kids, I got to be open to that. Even if it might sound rough in the moment, I still got to be open to that because there's other lives that depend on that information. The same thing goes with her. So like, yeah, man, that's it. I just don't like the way they running my boy Stephen A through the mud, man. He don't deserve that. Like Stephen A has had other crazy takes with his career and just done other things where I'm like, I don't know about that. But in this situation, man, that brother didn't do nothing wrong, man. If anything, he was trying to show love and be a OG to Jasmine Crockett. But at the end of the day, man, we as black people, we gotta grow up. Not all of us, but the ones that took the time to bash him, man, y'all out of pocket for that. So yeah, man, that's it, man. Again, the Bears putting in work right now, man. I sound weird rooting for them, not rooting for them, but giving them compliments. But you know, like I said, I'm a fan of the game, and I ain't mad at people playing the game the right way. But that's it. I'm gonna finish this wine, get back upstairs, man. I got some dope interviews out now. My man Austin Malone Mitchell, my guy Antoine Barfield, the big homie Demond Smith, like all those are up now. Please check those out. And I got a dope one coming Tuesday too. Not gonna give away the name, but it's dope. But yeah, man, we just slowly trying to climb on Cut Talk, man. Even if that's an inch a day, at least we moving forward. But I wish y'all well. Please like, share, subscribe to the content, to the channel, man. It helps me grow, helps me move closer to my goals. So I love y'all, man. Y'all take it easy.